this weekend was a crazy weekend, and I behaved myself. Why can't I get applause for that, too? We were giving applause away from... there you go. Good applause. I behaved myself. I don't know, Shannon, if you were with us when I was telling a story about Luke's prom and how I was given an ultimatum on what to do. Oh, you were?
Yeah,
okay, good.
Yep.
All right. So Luke had his prom over the weekend, which, by the way, thank you to everybody with the nice comments that people were leaving.
They were a gorgeous couple. Oh,
yeah,
my God.
Yeah, beautiful dress.
Luke and his date, Ryan, which is kind of funny because I had so many people contact me over the weekend when I said on Friday that Luke was going with Ryan, and they all said, "Oh, you got a second son who's gay." And I said, actually, Ryan spells it Rhian.
And she's a she.
And she's a she. And then on over the weekend, people were just like raving about Ryan's dress.
I mean, she's a supermodel.
How beautiful she was.
How did Luke meet her? Because he goes to an all-boys school, doesn't he?
No. Luke goes to Notre Dame Prep, where he goes as a
co-ed. I didn't know it was co-ed.
Yeah, it's co-ed school. He's known Ryan forever, and actually Ryan doesn't even go to his school. Ryan goes to public school, and she's an amazing swimmer. She's an unbelievable athlete. She actually is going to be swimming in college, and she's got like a D1 scholarship at a huge school. But she's known Luke since they were like probably, I don't know, second, third, fourth grade, I don't know, something like that. And they've been buds. And her parents are like awesome people. We love her mom and her dad. Her mom, Holly, and Chelsea, to me, are like, they are almost exactly personality wise. Like Holly is the type of person. Like I remember I went on a field trip once up north, and I chaperoned and Holly chaperoned, and she had to keep me in line because we were up at Mackinac. But it was my favorite part of going in the field trip was that Holly, equally like me, was not enjoying Mackinac. So it was kind of fun.
But there's no romance here. They're just buds.
No, you know what? I honestly don't know. I would hope that there would be romance, but I'm not going to say that because I don't think that I don't know.
It's hard to
Luke
tell
doesn't
because,
say.
yeah, and it's always the
Listen,
same, too.
I behaved myself over the weekend. I'm not going to misbehave myself by talking about
That's
romance.
amazing. You have really matured, Mojo. You've learned by the third son, you finally learned when to keep your mouth shut.
My favorite was, by the way, this is the greatest. For those who didn't see the picture, Ryan is black, and Ashley Nix from the Joe Show's comment on the picture.
Oh my gosh, I liked her comment.
She goes, "Once you go black, you never go back." And she commented that way. But Luke and Ryan were awesome. They had a great time. And my thing was why I was behaving was I was told by Luke and Chelsea to stay out of pictures.
Yeah.
Because normally
I'm didn't Chelsea also say, don't be Mojo? Like, don't put on a show. It's not about you.
Don't put on a show. This is not the Mojo show. This is Luke and Ryan's prom.
But truly, in the past, you've stepped into photos with the kids.
Yeah.
You showed us these photos.
I'm a bad photo taker, too, and sometimes I'll step in the photos by taking photos. So I kind of stayed in the back, and I let Chelsea take the photos, and then kind of, I started talking to the parents. But one of the things I found was having conversations with the parents, I realized a lot of parents track their kids. They use like a GPS tracker, and most of them seem to use that Life 360, while others seem to use either Find My iPhone or My Spy, or there's some site called Bark or some app called Bark.
Bark. We use Bark with Luce, yeah.
Yeah, and so I guess there are ways that they track them. Well, Chelsea and I, our only way to check, and I guess we could do Find My iPhone because I have I can log on and find out where Luke is off that, but I've never have. I use his phone or his car, his GPS in his car, because
I turn that off.
I can turn on his app on his car, and I can see where his car is or the proximity of where his car is. The problem, though, is Luke didn't drive to prom. So Luke drove his car to the after party and then spent the night at that house. And so his car stayed there the whole night.
You know the parents that were having the after party?
We do know, yes, the parents, and we knew all the kids. We knew a lot of the kids that were going there. My problem was not so much the after party; it was the after party. Like I was worried, like,
where they
what is he
go
doing
somewhere else? Right.
And I wanted to make sure that he still went to prom. Like that was the thing.
Because I told you last week what I did. We just kept on driving 2 hours to the Jersey Shore and went to a completely different state.
But I wanted to ask this question of our listeners: what do you use to track your teen And what's the craziest spit that you ever caught them doing?